I have at least $600,000 in digital product sales. Over the past year, I've generated over $200,000 in high ticket sales, not to mention the other revenue streams like affiliate marketing, brand deals and sponsorships, Google AdSense revenue, all which have generated multiple six figures collectively for my business. And in today's video, I'm going to break down the art of making money online for your online business so that you can finally sort of have the freedom that you want to have as an entrepreneur. Now, I'm going to preface this video with saying that everything works, okay? Everything works, and I want you to keep in mind that there's an infinite number of ways to make money online. So take what I'm telling you with a grain of salt, go remix it, go test, go make that money. If that sounds good to you, let's get into it. Type money in the comments and let's get to it. All right, so part one, I'd like to think that this is applicable to those that are just beginning and haven't made their first dollar yet. Go make that first dollar. Literally, that is the spark that is going to catapult you to be like, oh, this is actually a real thing. This is going to turn you from like, okay, wanting entrepreneur-ish to a real entrepreneur. It's like, oh, I can actually sell something and bring in some cash. Check. All right. Part two is to go make more money. All right. So there's a lot of ways around it, and I'm going to speak to my expertise because everything works. All the ads that you are getting fed right now with drop shipping, e-commerce, courses, coaching, all of it works. I don't have experience with all of them, but I have experience with a whole lot of them. So what I'm going to speak to mostly today is offer creation, because this is something that I've done to generate a lot of cash over my history of being an entrepreneur. And to me, offer creation includes things like creating digital products in the form of ebooks, lead magnets, mini offers, courses, things like that. Everything from a mid-ticket offer, which is a course type portion thing, plus a community, and even going upwards on the ladder and having a high ticket offer, which is something that is, in my opinion, anything that is $3,000 and above. That is where you really do need a sales call to close the deal and collect that amount of cash from somebody. Now, all of these things, whether it's a low, mid, or high ticket, is gonna have one thing in common, and that is you are getting somebody a super quick win, some type of very bigger, quicker-ish win, or a transformation. Okay, the third thing, I can't wiggle my third finger, but the third thing is much harder to do, and this is why it requires a much bigger effort of fulfillment on your part for you to get somebody this outcome, okay? Because you've curated something, an offer that has consolidated your years of money, effort, blood, sweat, and tears into a container that's going to be handed to your client on a silver platter that's going to get them the transformation. And here's the really crazy part about all of this is that selling high ticket isn't much harder than selling something low ticket. That's like $57, $97. As a matter of fact, it's kind of hard nowadays to sell a low ticket offer. And what I mean by that is in a high converting world, your low ticket offers, let's say it's a $57 product, you're going to have to create so many things for that. You're going to have to create a membership with courses that deliver course videos that deliver the thing. It's a blueprint that takes somebody through something step by step to get them a win. Okay, that's going to take effort. Not only that, it's going to take an automated onboarding experience for your client to purchase, and then you/your automation software delivering that thing to them. You're going to have to figure out how to set up a checkout page, a sales page, testimonials. It's a lot of work. Like, there's coaches out there, and no hate to them because they can probably do it this fast, but they say like, oh, get your system and mini course up and running within 48 hours. Like, I'm really fast at doing this, and I can't even do this in 48 hours. It takes a while. I mean, it takes me probably like from beginning to end a month to put together a course, and I don't use ChatGPT. Then it takes another couple of weeks to put together promo emails and to put together the sales page and to test it and to make sure it works. It's like bloom, 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 going on and on and on. It's like never ending. So this is why I'm thinking for you, like if you're still in this like, oh, I need to first sell low ticket $37 below $100 and get, 100 sales of this before I can charge the $2,000 thing. And I need to get X amount of sales of this price point before I can charge and try to sell the $10,000 thing. Just go for the high ticket first. If you're, especially only if you're an expert, right? Because if you're not a subject matter expert, if you're not passionate and don't love what you're doing, then you have no business selling a transformation offer, especially if you haven't gone through the transformation. Okay. So that is very important. The next thing that is super important with crafting an offer is don't get hung up in the offer. People overcomplicate it so much. It's crazy. They're like, well, okay. They think like, okay, well, I really want to charge more for this service right now. I'm charging $330 for this spiritual session, but really I want to be charging $2,000, but I don't know what would make it worth me charging $2,000. I would need to add something and include this and the resources and the templates and it's like, shut up, shut up and just charge the $2,000 for the $333 service you're doing right now. Okay. You have testimonials to back it up right now. You have proof you can do it. You've been doing this your whole life. You're passionate about it. The only thing literally that's holding you back is your fear, right? Your fear of, oh, that one time that client didn't get that result and they were mad at me because they didn't get that result. And oh, it made me feel like a fraud and make up X, Y, and Z in the third, like why I can't do this anymore. And it convinced myself that I am not even a spiritual badass like I thought I was. Notice the spiral. We're going to get into mindset in this video because all of this stuff, the funnels, the 6-figure, 7-figure, 20-figure strategy, it's all important. But that's just 20% of the equation. 80% of the equation is right here. What's in that between your, like that beautiful brain of yours and that mind? It's really, that's going on a whole nother spiritual level. Like we won't get on this topic with this channel. But what I'm saying is hear me out. Circling back to the offers. Don't overcomplicate it. Okay. People don't want like, oh, I'm going to get 4 coaching calls a month plus the community tab this and the resources and templates that and blah, blah, blah. It's like we're oversaturated right now with all these things. Those are great, but it's like, I just want the result. And people will pay for a result, okay? Because right now they are so stuck and they want you to help them get there. And it's just, they don't care about all these other facets, okay? They just want to know, like, here's my framework. Here's how I'll do it. I've done it for others, so let's go. It's like, okay, cool. So for us, I'll just say me, for me to get caught up in not offering something to somebody because I don't have the delivery perfected and like, oh, the sparkling and shiny objects, like, oh, you're going to get X, Y, and Z. Like, I don't do that anymore. I pre-sell things before they even exist just to prove that it is viable, right? Because if I spend all this time creating documents and resources and the membership and the this, and I go to sell and I get hardly any sales or no sales, and I'm like, crap, I built all this thing and people don't even want it. So that's why it's like whatever part we're on, 4 or 5 of this is pre-sell something before you build it. Right? Authors do this all the time. They pre-sell books before they are done with the book. Okay. So don't feel bad about it. Don't feel like, oh, but it's not done. And like this, but it has to be, if it doesn't exist, how can I charge for it? No, you want to be a leveraged, smart business owner. Okay. And really test it out to see if people want to buy it. All right. If you're still with me at this point in this video, you can't turn away. This is the number one thing. Like for real, the number one thing. It's not a funnel. It's not the coach you hire. It's not anything else besides your victim mentality and you getting away from the victim mentality. Okay. So when you have a desire, okay, and when you are aiming for a goal, all right, there are So many things keeping you in the way from that. But the number one thing is that you, along the way of achieving this goal, most cases, most of you watching this video, it's more money, right? More financial resources. You need to stop focusing on the lack, right? Not only stop focusing on the lack of money that you don't have right now, stop playing the victim of your circumstances. Yes, it doesn't mean that perhaps you're not going through something that's circumstantially very hard right now, like, oh, where's the next rent check going to come from? Or, oh, I have this situation going on with my kids. But you can choose to not suffer through it and to not judge what's going on so that you don't create these mind storms, okay? Because when you're operating from a space of lack, scarcity, not enough, oh my God, I don't have enough time. Oh, when I get to this point, then I'll feel peace, then I'll feel happy. No, it's right now. Okay, because the more you treat yourself and act like a victim, the more resistance you're going to put and keep in the way from you achieving something to the point where you know you want to be. Okay, it's as simple as that, because every single time, I know this, every single time where I freaked out and I had low negative profit margins, or what is that, negative profit margins? Negative. I was in the red. Okay. Every time I've had a month like that, and I would go several months like that, having to pay my team, having to pay the bills, and not having any profit for myself, what's the common denominator? It's me, right? And if you're watching this, it's you. And so, all that to be said is, don't feel bad about it, okay? Don't create stories that make you feel more in the dumps. If you have a loss, or not a loss, how do I say this? If you have a failed launch, okay? If you host a webinar and no one shows up, or if 2 people show up or whatever, and you thought there would be 100 or 20 or whatever, and you make no sales, you did not mess up. You did not fail. You reframe and you're like, okay, cool. Well, I didn't kill it for this webinar. Like, no one showed up, but who cares? Now I have this webinar. Now I have content. I practice giving the webinar. Just push it to the side and move on. It's like, okay, next, just take it as information. There's so much crazy stuff going on right now in this world, right? Like wars. There's a lot of wars. There's a lot of political things going on with Mr. Donald Trump in the United States of America, with immigration, with ICE, the war, like all this stuff. Where was I going with that? I forgot where I was going with that. It was going to be good too. Dang it. All right, y'all. I literally forgot where I was. I've lost my train of thought and I don't know where I was going with that example. But just hear me out a minute, because my momentum kind of faded. Ultimately, you want to get here, right? You want to create a desired result financially, spiritually, in your relationships, just all around, right? Because that's truly why we become an entrepreneur, because we use entrepreneurship to express how great we are at our craft, our expertise, and truly be creators, right? This is what we're supposed to be doing in this world, is creating and ideas and inspiration. This is our divine nature. And this is, how when we create in our businesses and when we do it from an area of love, like this is when the money comes in, okay? Because as soon as we try to perfect it, as soon as we get caught up in like, oh, the metrics and the funnels and this and that, and oh, but how is this going to happen? It just starts to go to the dumps, which then leads me to my second point about not only strategy and mindset, but when you set the intention, okay, that you are going to achieve something, right? Let's say it's like this year, I really want to have an in-person event. I want to crush it. I want to reach this milestone. It's like, okay, you set the intention, you take action, but you forget about the how. And that is how you make money online, is by forgetting about the how. Because once you and your little brain starts to try to calculate and figure out, like, how am I going to do this? Oh, wait. Oh, no. Then you start to panic because one thing doesn't work. And then, oh, it must be this. And oh, it must be, I need to hire this coach. Like, just relax. Just relax into it. Take action, yes, but you will see once everything will start to just fall into your plate when you make the decision to act and to be that person that you need to be, that leader, that person that is really fearless, right? Because most of us, I will speak for myself, majority of the week, we are operating from fear. Like, imagine every day what you would do and the moves you would make in your business if you didn't have a past, right? Am I right? Can you raise your hand? Okay. So pairing this, okay, going back to kind of the strategy side, look, guys, if you're not creating content online, you're crazy. Like, I don't, like, if it's not content, like, what is it? And let me just say this, because I say this and not from like, oh, I'm the guru, like, you know, you need to create content, like, this is what I'm doing. I say this because I've tried everything when it comes to traffic generation and lead generation, right? Because there's been moments where I've had to generate traffic in other ways besides organic long form content. I've had to do cold DMs. I'm not ashamed to say I've had to message people on LinkedIn. I've had to do pay ads. I had to do Instagram marketing. I had to do automated keyword generations with ManyChat. Like, I've done all these things. I've done the cold calling. I've done the sales calls. That were skill sets that I didn't know how to do, but I figured out how to do them. One, because I had to. That sucked. But there was a moment where my channel just started to tank, and I'm like, holy crap, what am I going to do? It taught me a lot, right? These different methods taught me a lot. I had to figure it out. And voila, I was like, wait a minute. It was an embarrassing thing and frowned upon thing, like cold outreach and DMs and this. I've closed 4-figure sales in the DMs. I've closed 5-figure, 10K, 20K, 25K packages over a phone call. I mean, a Zoom phone call, but I was just like, wow, that is so cool. And I say this because if I didn't see the opportunity in the challenge when some revenue stream kind of just went south and made me figure it out, then I wouldn't have had these other skill sets. So I'm grateful for every single thing that happened, right? In my new channel, a channel that I started from scratch purely about YouTube marketing, I just made a video about how this channel that you're watching right now got hacked at 91,000 subscribers. And when that happened, I felt like it was destruction, abomination, the end of my world. And I look back, I'm like, it wasn't even that bad. Like, it was, totally was. Don't get me wrong, but you got to just learn to pivot and roll with the punches, right? And not suffer through it and not make up crazy victimhood and dumb stories that don't even like explain who you are. Okay. They limit your sovereignty and your true power. Okay. I hope you like this video. What I want you to do is really go craft that offer on the back of a napkin and think about, if you only had 48 hours to sell it, how would you do it? I invite you to watch the video that's coming up next, all about 7 lessons I've learned from generating 7 figures, and I will see you there.